Hello there, ladies and gents, how you doing, and welcome back to another episode of Foolcraft 3. Yes, we're back. In between episodes, ladies and gents, I have been rather busy. That's right. First things first, I've actually gone and upgraded all of the energy conduits in our house to the Ender energy conduits. That's right, the ones that supply 20,000 RF per tick. That's because we have a slightly larger drain on our power source now. If we come on down here, so we know we have the all the spawners down this way. Now around here we did the tier 1 void ore miner, which is just here. This has been running along nicely. I mean, look at that, over 5,000 iron, 2,000 diamond ore. Yes, this has been running perfectly. I've also gone and put in a tier 1 resource miner. That's right. So we've been getting all the dirt, stone, terracotta, netherrack, end stone. Yeah, that's right. We've been getting all of these blocks. We've also been getting limestone, brownstone, marble. So we've been getting that, and I've also went and upgraded that with a tier 2. Just in here. There we go. Now that runs into the same storage system. So it's all connected up. Now I did this because we were running out of dirt. We needed a large amount of dirt for our tower build, and I'll show you why we needed all the dirt in a little while. Another thing we've gone and done down here is we put a capacitor bank in down behind this wall. It's not just these 2 banks here. There is actually another 4 behind these pillars. So if you look there, actually stores 150 million RF. So yeah, we've got plenty of power storage now. And if we come on up, come on up, here we go. Yes, we have power storage here. I also went and put in a power monitor just here, so we can actually see how it is. Look, we have 215 million total storage. Well, today is going to be a lot about power, ladies and gents, getting ready for moving over to our main base. So I've also went and increased all of these solar panels. That's right, these were the entry level ones. They are now the Ender advanced solar panels, and that takes each solar panel up from 40 RF to 160 RF per tick. So during the day, these create about 8,000 RF, including our entry level system, which was about 2,000. We now produce about 10,000 RF during the day. However, that drops during the night, and we're still going to need a lot greater power supply over our main base. So what we're going to be doing, first things first, ladies and gents, in this bag of holding, we have something we're going to be doing here. That is right, we're going to be putting a solar array down from Environmental Tech, but we're actually going to be putting this down in the end. That's right, we're going to be putting that solar array over here in the end, because the end is a permanent daytime environment. So we're actually going to be using, where is it? In the bag of holding, yes, we have a weirding gadget which will load the chunk so that our solar array will be permanently loaded. So let's get everything we need here. Now, this is only a tier 1. When we can improve it, we will come over, increase it to tier 2, and increase these lithiumite solar cells just so we can try and increase our production. But for now, let's get this built. So I'll need the assembler. There we go. And right, I'm going to need some building blocks. I should have brought some blocks up with me. Let's just grab a few of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should do. Right, now let's see chunk borders. If we... Right, well, this is where we're coming back. If we stick it in this chunk just here, I reckon it should be okay. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We shall take the controller. I think this is how it works. To be honest, I haven't actually built one of these solar ones before, so we shall see how this works. Let's get rid of these blocks. Come on. It takes a while when you're flying in midair. Oh, and I'm good. What? I didn't even look at you. Fine. Oh, he's gone. Is he coming back? There you are. Let's just get rid of him. Nope. What? Is he glitched out? There you go, gone. Right. Sorry about that. Now, we'll take our assembler and let's make sure not to look at an Enderman. Right, let's see how this works. There we go, it's builds it above it. Fair enough. And look at that, 550 RF per tick. So obviously, as we increase this, the increases how many solar panels we have and the type of solar panel, then we will be, oops, I've gone to disable it, there we go. We will get more and more power from this. Now, the next question is how are we going to get this power from the end back to the overall dimension? Now, beforehand, I would have just made some dimensional transceivers and done it that way. However, they can be quite expensive. But in Foolcraft 3, we have these. We have the Flux Networks mod, which allows us to use these flux points and plugs to move energy between dimensions. Now, I've never actually used this mod before, so we may have to zip back to the overworld because I think we have to put this down, and we'll actually put this down in our base. So here we are back home, and we have this flux controller, and you may have noticed there's a little spot. I'm going to stick it right in here. There we go. So that is our flux controller down now. I'm not sure how this works, so please select a network. We need to create a new network. Click create a new network above. Where's create a new network? There we go. So call it, yep, Patternox, private, yep, low conversion, energy type. Well, it's going to be converted, so it's not a problem. Now, what colour? Let's go for yeah, the original, probably the original blue actually. There we go. Let's just keep with that one. Right, create. There we go. So we now have a network, but now we need to configure. So this is where we use the plugs and points, I believe. So the plug adds it to the network. For adding energy to the flux network. So that would be what we add onto our solar array. For removing energy, so I'm guessing this would be what we'd attach to the capacitor bank, I think. Now let's see. Please select the network. Okay, that one. Yep. Is that it? Right, so output, there's nothing in there at the moment. Now transfer limit. I do believe these have a limitless power limit. The thing with the dimensional transceivers, they can only transport 40,000 RF per tick. Obviously, at the moment, that's not going to be a problem. But when we do get into higher power generation, we are going to want to increase that. So let's just stick that up to, I don't know, 2 million. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. So there's nothing coming on at the moment. But that has turned blue. Brilliant. Now we need to go and put one of these over in the solar array. So let's get that hooked up and we'll see how this is going. Okay, so I've had a bit of a mess around with this flux network. I actually went and placed another one of these flux points down on the capacitor bank that we have in our tunnels down below. And if we have a look at this now, network select, where is it? Network connections. There we go, you can see, yes, that's the flux point down below. So it's taking all 549 RF per tick or forge energy per tick that were generated and putting it into that capacitor bank. Now that's what we want because there you see it's coming out of the solar array. So as we increase that solar array, that will go up. And it's going to be that one down there that we need it because that's what uses the power constantly for our different void miners. So yeah, also one thing I do want to do is just in case we need it, you have the option of adding a energy storage to the actual flux network itself. If we have a look over here, you have these, the basic flux storage, Herculean flux storage, and gargantuan flux storage. Now, your basic flux storage is just some flux blocks and some glass. Your Herculean, which can store, where is it? There we are. 12.8 million RF. That's 6 of your basics and some glass. I'm guessing this is going to be 6 Herculeans. Yes, 6 Herculeans. So you need 36 basic flux storage to make one gargantuan. But that stores 128 million RF per tick, which is about half of what we're already storing. So if you remember, if we have a look at the power monitor we've actually got up here, I might have to bring this down. You can see we're actually storing 215 million already. So we've got a pretty good storage supply going already, actually, thinking about it. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go and show you what we've actually got built in between episodes for our new base area. If you remember last episode, I said it was going to be a giant mountain / tower that would fit in with Conan the Barbarian, Krull, that sort of thing. So, in fact, tell you what, let's fly over there right now and have a quick look. Now, I am taking some building advice from Good Times with Scar right now. In fact, hang on, let me just turn down that sound. Don't know what sound it is. Players, there we go. Yes, there we go, that's better. Yes, Good Times with Scar. When he built his tree recently on Hermitcraft, he recommended building something in dirt, then going in and swapping the blocks. Well, that's what I'm doing with this mountain build. If we just fly over this direction, we should be there relatively soon. I think it's not that far. But I've actually been building the mountain so far out of dirt. However, we will be swapping all the blocks out for basalt. Now, you may notice something here. Yes, see here? I've actually been running out of dirt. So I know I got a lot of stone from this as well, but that went into our compactor. But I've been getting the dirt from this as well. And this, just these two, using our builder, which collected it all at the quarry. That gave us about 7 crates full of dirt, which was enough to keep going. And if we have if it's over this way, I believe now, you'll be able to see it on the map in just a moment. Here we come. We're into view now. It gives you some idea of the scale of this thing. Yeah. This is our mountain that I've been working on in between this episode and the last. Now, like I say, we've been building it all out of dirt. However, I want this mountain to have a very dark feel. So I'm thinking we're actually probably going to be swapping these blocks for basalt, or maybe the occasional bit of grey concrete, black concrete, that sort of thing, to give it a very dark and foreboding feel. But this is what we need all the dirt for. Now, however, rather than doing it the vanilla way of swapping these blocks out, one block at a time, I'm pretty sure there's a spell that we can use. Well, after all, we are a sorcerer's apprentice, hopefully becoming a qualified sorcerer ourselves, and this would be the first spell ever that we learn, and it's one that allows you to swap the blocks. Because the only other way I think we could do it was if we got into astral sorcery using one of the wands to swap. So yes, rather than doing all of this by hand, swapping the dirt blocks out and putting the basalt and like grey concrete and whatnot in, let's see if we can do it with a spell. It'd be a heck of a lot quicker. I've already spent a week building this little lot. So yeah, let's head back home and have a look in the Thaumonomicon about what spell we could use to swap the blocks around. So here we are in the pages of our Thaumonomicon, and this is the one I believe we will need, the focus effect exchange. So yes, my theory is proven correct. By applying this pattern to a focus, I can use it to select a type of block in the world. Simply need to sneak while right click on it. When I then cast the effect on most other blocks, it will exchange the target block for the one I selected earlier. So yes, this is what we need to do. So it's the focus effect exchange, but right. So how do we go about learning this? Let's have a look over at our area over here. Let's see. How is it we even go about putting these effects on? I know we do have one advanced focus over here. So let's have a look. It'll be using the focal manipulator, I believe. Yes. So here we go. So let's have a look. How do we do this now? It's the exchange we wanted. You know what? I've got allows you to plan exactly which blocks will be affected. Yep, we want that. We want to exchange. There we go. Is that it? Silk touch. Yes. Fortune. No. This per cast 1.4. Crystals required. Permutatio and Fabrico. Now, do I need to have those on me? Let's get some and have a look. So we need some Fabrico, which is that's the Permutatio ones. And Fabrico. Where's Fabrico? There we are. Not sure how many we need. Let's have a look. Start crafting. Is that right? Oh, it's doing something. Right, okay, so we've done something now. I'm not entirely certain what we've done. How do we get hold of this now? Oh, there. No, that's not a blank one. Planning method full. Okay. So do we just take that out of there now? Right, we're going to need our gauntlet. So where's our gauntlet? There we go. Now how does this work? You know what? Let me give our master a shout and see if he can show us how we add this foci into our gauntlet. Okay, so Fire's not around at the moment. However, I think I may have sussed it just by looking in the controls. Because if we go into the controls into the Foolcraft section, which is just down here, there's only two. Miscellaneous caster toggle and change caster focus. Now it's the focus that we're wanting to do. So by pressing home, I was able to put the focus into the gauntlet, and now look, we can actually change the area by pressing the end, and if I right click, there we go, we've actually gone and swapped all of those blocks. Now there must be a way to change the dimension size. I wonder. Nope. Right, so I'll have to have a bit of a play around with this, but of course because the build we've made out of dirt isn't a solid block like this is, because if we look at this, yeah, I actually replaced all of this below with the basalt that we had in our inventory. Because we don't actually have solid, it is just a one wide thick block of dirt to make the walls. We should be able to just simply swap all that out with basalt. I wonder. I'm going to quickly fill up my inventory and we'll go and see what that actually looks like if we can get it swapped up with some basalt. Now, you might be thinking, hang on, where are you getting all this basalt from, Pat? Let me just pop this grass back down and I will show you. I've got one extra. Okay. Now, basalt, if we have a look in the JEI, there we go. So it's just the raw stuff we want. There we are. Raw basalt. Well, you can either make it with stone and lava. You can chisel it out of all the other different types. You can find it, so of course don't forget all the lava that is down below. That is surrounded by basalt. Or you can make it in an igneous extruder. Now that's the way I've decided to go and do it. I may end up just going and mining out what's down below. But for now, if we come down this way, we have a small room down here. And here we are. This is my basalt production. It's rather simple. Because an igneous extruder uses lava and water to make basalt. So in order to make lava, we have a cobblestone generator, which feeds cobblestone into these magma crucibles, which have the pyroconvective loop augmentation, which allows them to make lava from cobblestone. So we have those running. And then for the water, it's just simply an aqueous accumulator. And these both feed into tanks, which feed into here. Now, this igneous extruder doesn't actually use that much RF. Only uses 300. What uses a lot of RF is these magma crucibles. Because they are fully upgraded with, and they have the loop and 3 reception coils in. Yeah, they use 6,000 RF per tick. So when this thing is up and running, it uses quite a lot of RF. Let me just show you. That's ignored as well. But that one ignored. Yep. So as soon as the light, there we go. It's all kicking in. If we go look at our monitor now, yeah, that's really starting to drain on the power supply. 5,000 RF, and that will really crank up in a moment. So yeah, this is why power production is a bit of an issue, and we got that settled straight away. I may end up upgrading our solar array in between episodes, but anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Let's grab loads of this basalt. How many is that? You know what? That'll do. Let's head over to our tower area and see how this works. So in order to get over there, we'll just simply teleport, or warp rather, to Pat's tower. There we go. Now let's see how this works. Come on over this way. Hang on. I'm sure we can make this a bigger area. Yep. Right, here we go then. And look at that. Like that. It's all swapped out. And if I'm correct, all of the dirt is going into our inventory as well. Now, isn't this a lot quicker than just manually replacing all the blocks? Look at that, just like that. Oh, yes, and all that dirt should be... Yes, there we are. It's in our inventory. Brilliant. We have found a really quick way of swapping all of this out. Well, guys, as you can see, I've been doing quite a bit of building on our mountain here, but this is going to be a bigger project than I was hoping to get done for this episode. So I'm afraid we're going to have to leave it there, and I will try and get this completely finished, or at least built, by the next episode. We'll have to wait and see how we get on. But that's going to do it for today, folks. So thank you very much for joining me. Hope you've enjoyed this episode. We managed to get some power going. We have unlimited power transfer. Now we have the Flux network. And we've also gone and made our first spell, folks. That's right. We are well on our way to becoming a master and no longer the apprentice. But anyway, folks, if you have enjoyed this episode, please be sure to go ahead and smash that like button. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified when all the new videos come out. But for now, folks, all that's left for me to say is take it easy. And I'll see you all next week in the next episode. Bye, guys. Bye. Oh, man, so much dirt.